I find it significant that in yesterday's clip we were talking about how as soon as you say something, it leaves your mouth and you no longer have control over it, and you can't get it back. And I talked about how newspapers will print something and then they'll write the apology and nobody cares about the apology. And then yesterday, literally in the evening, we had this whole thing about the hospital where the news immediately jumped on Hamas's version of events, went with it. And now, although Israel has clearly proven that this was actually fired from them, one of their own rockets going in the wrong direction, you know, the damage has already been done. There's going to be a significant percentage of people who are just not going to hear that correction, or not willing to hear that correction. Okay, moving on to the next verse in Psalm 91. We're on verse 6. Mideva ba'ofel ya'aloch miketav yashud tzarayim. Mideva ba'ofel ya'aloch, Hashem will protect us from disease or pestilence that is spreading in the gloom. Miketef yashud tzarayim, and nor will the destroyer who lays waste at noon be able to hurt us. Now, these terms deva and ketev are interpreted by some commentaries to mean some sort of shadim, some form of demons. Now, exactly what demons are, we could discuss. It sounds like they are partially spiritual, partially physical. Did they ever exist? That's debated. The Gemara describes two different types of ketev. There's the ketev meriri that had multiple eyes but only saw out of one eye, and that was the eye in its heart. It's not clear what that means. And then there's this ketev yashud tzarayim, the ketev that prowls at noon. And this one, you could see it in a goat's horn, and it would swirl around inside a goat's horn. Now, we don't know what any of these things mean. Some rabbis explain that these things used to exist, but they don't anymore, or they don't have the influence that they used to have anymore, which is why we don't see them. Either way, what we can get from this particular verse is that there are negative influences in this world, negative influences that can affect us in some way. And by saying this psalm and by reinforcing the fact that Hashem is in charge and that we trust Him and He can protect us from everything, all of the negative influences we can also be protected from those negative influences. There is a concept called ayin hara, giving somebody a bad eye. Again, exactly how that works is unclear. But when people are mean-spirited and they're jealous of other people, and they sort of focus negative energies on other people, perhaps these things can have negative influences. So we say that Hashem has, of course, the ability to protect us from these negative influences as well.